In your 20s, every purchase feels small. A $30 gadget here, a $200 weekend trip there. But what if someone told you that a handful of decisions, quiet, almost invisible, have more power over your future wealth than any salary increase you'll chase later? Because hidden behind the noise of impulsive buying and lifestyle pressure is a simple truth. Some purchases don't just give you value today, they compound into wealth tomorrow. And the strangest part? Most people overlook them entirely, until it's too late. In this video, we'll explore 7 smart things to buy in your 20s that act like financial accelerators. These aren't luxury shortcuts or get-rich-quick tricks. They're foundational purchases backed by studies, historical trends, and the kind of long-term thinking used by some of the world's most financially literate people. We'll break down why they matter, how they compound, and what they mean for your future self. Let's begin. Chapter 1. Buy skills that increase your earning power. Let's start with the one investment that almost every top economist and financial educator agrees on. Skill building is the highest ROI purchase you can make in your 20s. The World Bank calls human capital the world's most valuable resource. Harvard research shows that workers who continually upskill can earn up to 40% more over their lifetime. Think about that for a moment. A $200 online course today can influence millions in lifetime income. This is the closest thing finance has to alchemy. Whether it's coding, digital marketing, design, copywriting, or analytics, skills don't depreciate like products do. They compound. They open doors. They change the trajectory of your life quietly, consistently, and permanently. Your 20s are the prime stage for this. Mistakes are cheap. Energy is high. Time is abundant. Buy the skills that make you valuable, because value is the real currency of wealth. Chapter 2. Buy books that collapse decades into days. Books are perhaps the most underestimated wealth-building tool in the world. They're the cheapest way to download someone else's decades of experience into your own mind. In fact, Warren Buffett famously spends up to 80% of his day reading, calling it the foundation of his decision-making power. When you read consistently, you're not buying paper, you're buying perspective. A $15 book on investing could save you from a $15,000 mistake. A biography of successful entrepreneurs may show you patterns that would take years to learn on your own. The best part? Knowledge compounds the same way money does. Each new insight attaches itself to the ones before it, clarifying your thinking and sharpening your judgment. Books aren't expenses. They're time machines that accelerate wisdom. Chapter 3. Buy tools that help you build, not consume. Here's where the story takes an interesting turn. Most people in their 20s spend money on things that consume their time. Streaming subscriptions, games, gadgets. None of these are inherently bad, but they rarely build long-term value. The wealth-focused take a different approach. They buy tools that help them create. This could be a laptop capable of running creative software, a microphone for content creation, a camera productivity tools, high-quality office furniture that reduces fatigue. In a world where digital creation is exploding, according to YouTube's own statistics, over 51 million people consider themselves creators. Owning the tools to produce rather than just consume is a strategic advantage. Think of tools as seeds. Every project, every product, every creative output begins with one. Chapter 4. Buy health before you're forced to. Here's something financial channels rarely talk about, yet it's one of the most important truths you'll hear today. Poor health is one of the most expensive debts a person can accumulate. Studies published in The Lancet show that chronic conditions can reduce lifetime earnings by hundreds of thousands of dollars. Medical expenses are one of the leading causes of bankruptcy in multiple countries. So what does buying health mean? It means investing in quality shoes, nutritious food, preventive medical checkups, fitness memberships, mental health resources, ergonomic gear for your workspace. These purchases don't feel urgent, but their absence becomes painfully expensive later. If wealth is the ability to live life on your terms, health is the foundation that makes that possible. The earlier you build it, the longer it supports you. Chapter 5. Buy ownership. Index funds, stocks, and assets. Here's where finance becomes almost magical. When you're in your 20s, you have something more valuable than money: time. And time turns even small investments into extraordinary results. For example, if you invest just $100 a month from age 22 to 65 in a broad index fund averaging 8% returns, you end up with about $470,000. If you start at 32 instead, you end up with roughly half that amount. This isn't motivation, it's mathematics. Buying assets, whether it's an S&P 500 index fund, a retirement plan, a well-researched stock, or even fractional real estate, lets you benefit from compounding rather than inflation. It turns your money from a passenger into a worker. But this chapter comes with a twist. It's not about trying to beat the market. It's about giving the market enough time to work for you. The biggest financial regret older adults report to CNBC? Not investing early. Your 20s are the decade where small investments create outsized returns. Don't let the simplicity fool you. This is one of the most powerful wealth-building tools ever discovered. Chapter 6. Buy relationships that last. This chapter is quieter, softer, but no less powerful. Across multiple long-term studies, including one of the longest ever conducted by Harvard, researchers found something surprising. Relationships are one of the strongest predictors of long-term happiness and financial stability. Why? Because your network shapes your opportunities. Your mentors shape your thinking. Your friendships shape your habits. Buying relationships doesn't mean being transactional. It means paying for networking events, buying someone coffee to learn from them, attending workshops, investing in communities of people who think the way you want to think. Humans are social investors. The right people can change your life more than any stock ever will. In your 20s, relationships are open doors. In your 30s and 40s, they become bridges. Chapter 7. Buy time, the most underrated wealth multiplier. Finally, we reach the most philosophical purchase on this list: time. Time is the currency of the wealthy, yet most people trade it away for convenience, entertainment, or commitments that don't align with their future selves. In your 20s, buying time can mean outsourcing small tasks, paying for tools that automate work, simplifying your routines, learning systems that reduce friction, eliminating wasted hours so you can focus on growth. The richest people in the world aren't buying Lamborghinis. They're buying back their time, because time is the raw material from which all wealth is created. When you buy time, you're not purchasing minutes, you're purchasing potential. When you look at these 7 ideas together, a pattern emerges. They're not about looking rich. They're about becoming someone who naturally builds wealth. Skills expand opportunity. Books expand perspective. Tools expand capability. Health expands longevity. Investments expand your future. Relationships expand your world. Time expands your potential. These purchases are quiet, unglamorous, and often unnoticed. But wealth rarely appears in loud moments. It grows in silence, compounding through small, intelligent decisions made early in life. In the end, wealth isn't something you chase. It's something you build by aligning your purchases with your future self. And the earlier you start, the louder the compounding becomes. If you found this video insightful, consider subscribing for more calm, cinematic stories about how money, technology, and human behavior shape our future. And as always, this is Cold Insight. Thanks for listening.